My life is truly similar to going off the deep end at this moment, yet he got a supervisor as well, and his supervisor name is Clive Davis Clive. Run him Diddy, don't run himself, yet you know cheetah. Now I used to be a cheetah. I'm not a miscreant, not any more used to be I'm a reality, telling that you're a fair man youthful Miami. Has made a few totally stunning disclosures about how she and Diddy's relationship was demolished. And this time there is an outsider, included Clive Davis. We've realized that Diddy has been getting it on with others, hush with different craftsmen and makers. Yet the Clive Davis news has appeared unexpectedly. She let me know I will kill him. Mike, I need to wed you from secretive sentiments to silly gatherings. The stylish universe of Hollywood is no more unusual to shocking privileged insights. And with regards to music industry legend and record maker Clive Davis, his contribution in secret connections and naughty sex parties has turned into a famous subject of discussion. Yet how has all of this affected his relationship with rising star youthful Miami? Originally, how about we dig into Clive Davis' charming excursion known for his great music creations? Davis has now turned into a subject of revenue for his undertakings in the wake of going through two relationships and separations. He set out on a journey of self-revelation, scrutinizing his own sexuality and investigating the chance of being drawn to men. I opened up myself after the disappointment of my subsequent marriage, never having had anything with the man, to see might I at some point be drawn to the individual. During this time of soul looking through Davis, arrived at an understanding that tested his past thoughts of his sexual direction. At 50 years old, he recognized that he was not quite so straight as he had consistently trusted himself. To embrace his freshly discovered truth, Davis settled on the choice to seek after a relationship with another man. I never felt disgrace. No, I felt confused. The subject of sexual openness actually needs considerably more conversation. A status does exist, and following quite a while of hypothesis, it is currently obvious that his strange accomplice is, as a matter of fact, the eminent music tycoon Diddy P. Diddy, referred to as Puff Daddy, known as Scene Brushes, supposedly in 1994 scene searches mentioned, offering sexual courtesies to Clive Davis, despite the fact that Davis has decided to keep his accomplice's character hidden. It turns out to be progressively evident that Diddy has been a huge presence in his life. Their continuous appearances together at different occasions in their common encounters as transparently gay people say a lot about their association, assuming you focus on a ton of pictures, particularly with Clive. And Diddy is in a ton of spots that Clive is in, so this is one. While bits of gossip about Diddy's outcome in the music business have flowed for a really long time, the affirmation of their 5-year relationship adds further weight to these theories. Davis has referenced that his flow accomplice goes with him to occasions and goes close by him, recommending a serious security. And in spite of the fact that they have decided not to address the tales straightforwardly, their activities in close affiliation give significant proof. Unquestionably, individuals on the interweb generally like to assume, so this individual thinks Diddy had his chance at the major associations, playing out specific demonstrations. Seen Diddy Brushes was given his terrible kid engrave by Arista's Clive Davis, who is straightforwardly gay. How Scene needed to help wealth is entirely expected for effective people of color in diversion and legislative issues. Generally, that sparkles isn't gold. Run your race. Let the following man run his. This individual added to the talk train, saying, brother, all City could possibly do was get in a real sense acid by Clive Davis and blame everything on each of his homeboys. G. Depp crackpot Sparkle Mace Biggie. The rundown simply continues. All he needed to do was participate in gay bashes. You ought to realize better. This individual professed to have had a nearby brush with Clive Davis. I was leaving the studio one morning. I gave a white woman a ride to Laura Gulch. She asked me, who is that on the radio? I said, that is not the radio. I just left the studio. I gave her a duplicate. She gave it to a person that could be useful to me. Cut it was Clive Davis, and he requested that I lay down with gay men stuffed of these disclosures on youthful Miami Diddy's sweetheart. And an individual from the famous couple City Young Ladies has been critical analysis and questions about the validness of their relationship have left her inclination baffled and exasperated, taking to Twitter to vent her feelings. She said, "PPL truly be desirous that far I can never be no envious ass." ___. Youthful Miami underscored that the jealousy encompassing their relationship originates from others. Uncertainties. She focused on the profound association she imparts to Diddy, unafraid to show their fondness freely. This was obvious at the wagered grants, where she excitedly held up a sign that read "Go Poppy," regardless of confronting analysis for doing so. Surely on occasion, seems as though she's attempting to persuade herself that Diddy truly cherishes her anyway, regardless of youthful Miami's vocal declarations and confirmations about her relationship with Diddy. Online clients still have a few doubts. Many accept that their security needs believability and blame her for being with Diddy, since she could be a gold digger. These questions continue with even youthful Miami's dear companions monitoring the suspicion encompassing their relationship. Diddy, known for his wary way to deal with connections, has been tormented by bits of gossip about disloyalty all through his vocation. And in a noteworthy meeting with youthful Miami, he stayed quiet about his relationship status, declining to concede that he is a taken man. Is the effect of Diddy's supposed faithlessness on youthful Miami has been significant, with tales about Diddy's sexuality twirling for quite a long time. Many have encouraged him to embrace his reality and let out the unadulterated truth anyway. It appears to be that Diddy is hesitant to make that stride. Rather, he has been entangled in claims of betraying youthful Miami. And her response says a lot. Youthful Miami took to Twitter as of late to communicate her craving for a monogamous relationship, making obviously she in no way wants to impart her next beau to any other individual. This disclosure has left fans pondering who the fortunate person may be, as youthful Miami sets her destinations on a committed and steadfast organization. In her real conversations about connections, youthful Miami has been vocal about her anxiety toward marriage because of the potential for unfaithfulness, sharing her considerations on Instagram. Live, she admitted, "I would rather not get hitched in light of the fact that I feel like men are not devoted." She admitted on Instagram, "Live, over the course of the end of the week, I take all that individual. I will always remember whether my significant other undermines me and make him." These striking assertions appear to be aimed at somebody who gave her motivation to uncertainty, her previous accomplice, to be specific, Diddy. It's essential to take note of that Diddy has been monetarily supporting youthful Miami with a liberal stipend, while she assumed the part of his sweetheart in the past. Their relationship come upon a difficult situation when Diddy diminished her remittance from a stunning $500,000 to $200,000. Such a significant amount of cash is difficult to disregard, and it's justifiable that youthful Miami could have had worries about monetary security. And it would make sense of why she's proceeding to remain with Diddy regardless of his undertaking with Clive Davis. Diddy had run into Clive Davis when he was only a 23-year-old hopeful craftsman anxious to break into the furiously cutthroat music industry. It was during this serendipitous experience that Diddy's thoughts for hip jump had an enduring effect on the business. Legend Clive thinks back about their most memorable gathering, sharing how he was looking for a craftsman who could really resound with ordinary individuals. And did he fit the bill completely? Puffy was 23 years of age, and I knew the craftsman that I had. Aretha Dan Whitney was one sort of music. Davis says LaFace introduced Blue captured R&B at its level, yet detecting the hip jump unrest. Both let read. And I concur that we could utilize somebody truly sensitive to the road. You must understand how you can help yourself And you need to know, when you really want to focus on others around then, Diddy was working under Andrew Corridor at Uptown Records, yet his way immediately went toward another path in the wake of grabbing Clive's eye. As Clive pondered their gathering, he described how Diddy communicated his conviction that hip jump ought to be essential for the standard top 40, and how the music business would go through a change. Diddy upheld his words by playing Craig Mack's Flava in your ear. And acquainting Clive with an obscure craftsman, he unequivocally put stock in infamous enormous. I said, Oak, you made your statement. That is the point at which I acquainted him with the week after week, what we assembled singles conferences. I acquainted him with a chief there, as somebody who might assist with driving us to the road and offer in the approaching hip jump transformation. Yet underneath the outer layer of this apparently honest collaboration, an alternate truth stayed disguised for a